Welcome, everybody, in the Movie Guys verse. This is Jordan here, part of Movie Guys Podcast. We wanted to say thank you so much for downloading this most recent episode. If you don't know what Movie Guys Podcast is, we are a new movie review show that is updated weekly. You can check us out at movieguyspodcast.com and also movieguyspodcast.podbean.com. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Valor Morgulis, everybody, and welcome to another special episode of Movie Guys Podcast. We're talking about Game of Thrones, the Battle for Winterfell, and holy shit!
Yep.
Holy shit! I don't have a pun. I don't have a quip. I don't have anything except for what I've just said twice now.
Do you have a death prediction tally sheet at all?
I don't have that. Unfortunately, I left those on my desk at work. Do you have one? You got something that do you have a counter?
Actually, yeah. So we went to a friend's house, and just they had a like kind of a not like necessarily like a bingo style, but just a death poll or death pool is basically what it is, and just your typical Excel spreadsheet, 40 cells of just who's going to stay alive, who do you think's going to die, and who do you think's going to turn into a White Walker.
Yeah, I saw a couple of different betting pools, and I should have thrown like $1,000 on the Night King because maybe I didn't expect the Night King to go this early. I'm glad he did. I'm glad that things happened. We're gonna jump right into it. Spoiler alert! #, spoiler alert! If you haven't seen the episode yet,
this is post talk. I think I labeled it as that. So
yeah, okay, all right, we're good. So then, but anyway, so. At the risk of going kind of long, let's just jump right into it. So we jump right in, and we think that we're going to see we think we're going to see a battle right away, and we see Melisandre jump in, and Melisandre comes in.
Hold on, slow down. You're missing a very big tension building moments here, where it opens up with Samwell and a very good one take, where it kind of. It's just giving you the attitude of prep right now of what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen next, but everyone is on edge.
Right,
and
right.
The way it just pans out, I think they did a really good job of doing that between him. Tyrion starts drinking early, and yeah.
I drink and I know things. # whiskey for Movie Guys.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh man, so yeah, but that's just a really good tension building moment, and it was good because it built up a lot, and we didn't actually, know what we were fighting until like 20 minutes in.
So yeah, all right. So I agree with that. I mean, I see Sam. We open up with Sam, and they give him a sword or something, and they tell him to get the fuck out of the way, and then. So we pick up almost right where we left off, which is where we see the whites come in, and we think it's them. And then all of a sudden, Melisandre returns, and she gives what I like to deem the Lord of Lightsabers to the Dothraki horde.
It was a good surprise.
And and the Dothraki have been a. What do I want to say? They've been a threat throughout the entire series so far. When you see a Dothraki horde coming towards you, it's something that is threatening. And within the first minute of the battle, all right, we're just going to jump right in. With the first minute of the battle, they're extinguished.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know that. First off, that Melisandre was going to show up, so that was a pleasant surprise. That you just have. This again, tension building moments where you have just the Winterfell army, everyone that living is just sitting there waiting for they don't know what. It's just empty. It's just the abyss. It's just a void in front of them. You have no field of vision. It's very hard to see in front of you. They don't know what to expect. They don't hear anything. They just know that this is their impending death in front of them, and it's the scariest thing you probably ever see.
Yeah, I mean, it probably would be the scariest thing for any of them. And we see once the Dothraki horde starts to get killed within, again, the first 5 minutes of this episode. We see Dany sort of change the plan. She gets mad. She gets upset. She gets. They've been the ones that have been there since the beginning, and the first wave literally kills all the Dothraki horde, with a couple of exceptions, Jorah included, which is important later on in the episode. And then she jumps on her dragon, and we see the dragons really early, within maybe the first 15 minutes of the episode, and a storm starts to roll in. All right, what'd you think of that, man?
The storm was a nice touch. That was for sure.
Yeah. So then the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, he's literally the first death. He saves Sam. Sam jumps into the front line, and I forget his name, but he looks like I forget his name.
As you're describing it, what I'm thinking of is a lot of the shots, a lot of the good viewpoint that we had, because you got to see these great views of, again, the sea of just red, of just hope of the Dothraki swords just going in, then all of a sudden just like they just ran into water, completely just wiped out,
just extinguished.
And even then, like when they ran in, I didn't know what the hell they ran into. It was quick, it was brief. Mm-hmm. You just knew that it was, well, it was bigger than them.
Yeah, like it was. These are the elephants Cersei was looking for, which I mean, maybe it wasn't, maybe it was something, I don't know, but it was almost immediate that the Dothraki horde goes first, and again, this is the first 10 minutes of the episode, so we see it, and it's like one of those moments where you're, holy shit. That's the first holy shit moment of this episode, is within the first 15 minutes of the 90 plus minutes of the show.
Well, not even just that, but I mean, cutting back to the rest of the Unsullied's faces and everyone else's, of just seeing what the hell just happened. It's like, well, what the hell are we supposed to do now? Like, after seeing that, because just as they described it in after the episode, like that was their hopes. Like, oh, okay, this is coming up Millhouse right now, and to have that just be killed just as quickly as it started, it's just almost hits even harder. And man, the first big what the fuck that I had is when after that, and you heard them charging in, and again, you don't know what to expect still. Like, you have, it's completely unknown enemy. None of these people have seen this before.
Right.
And then to have this World War Z wall, not just a front line, a wall.
That was so good. It was a wall.
So that's probably the wall that happened in Hardhome. When they because they had like an avalanche that kind of went down and just completely obliterated everything too. So that's probably going to be the same snow effect that was being used here.
And we see the retreat. I'm sorry, I jumped ahead a little bit. We saw the retreat of that first wave. Maybe, I don't know, of the 100,000 Dothraki that had made the trek and are at Winterfell, we saw maybe 10 return, including Jorah. Jorah's not a Dothraki, but he was one of the ones that was on the front lines.
Ghost still at large.
We have no idea what happened to Ghost. We saw a couple of scenes of Ghost just sort of there and going towards the battle, and then never see him or her again. I don't know if it's male or female.
Wrote that dog out of the budget real quick. And we saw her. We saw Ghost at the end of the previous episode. So we were wondering what was going to happen, and that was it. It's just, they're just there and they're gone. And I don't know about mine. Mine didn't have it, but yours had Nymeria as a potential death toll number. I mean, they didn't show up. I don't know what's going to happen there. That list was apparently intended not for this episode. It was intended for the season.
Mine was too.
So yeah. But they're trying to just do a little thing for tonight and do that. Mm-hmm. But so yeah, that's why some of those characters probably would be more included into the season, like the Reed brother and sisters, the Wildling kids. Like we haven't seen them in a while. Where the hell have they been? They're probably presumably dead, right? It's like
right, assumedly. So then I'll jump back to where I was. The new Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. I forget his name. I apologize. Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he saves
Body
Samwell.
number 1. Is that what you mean?
Yes, he's the first character death. Okay, of this episode, and he dies saving Samwell, which he gets stabbed a couple times, and that was awesome. And then all of a sudden, we jump to Sansa and Tyrion in the crypts, and they look at each other because Sansa is on the wall and sees Arya shoot a couple arrows, and Arya gives Sansa a little dagger.
Yeah.
And so Sansa's like, I don't know what to do with this. And we go way back to the first season.
Call back.
The first time in this episode. And, Sansa says, I don't know what to do with this. And Arya says, we just stab him with a pointy end.
Stick him with a pointy end? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Which is a callback to one of the first episodes. I forget which episode exactly, but it's a callback there. And then
it's when Jon gifted her sword. Because she's like, I never know how to...
Needle.
He said,
needle. It's when she
him
gets
with the
needle.
pointy end.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And Tyrion and Sansa sort of look at each other, and there's nothing said, but there's at the same time that they say verbally nothing, there's like volumes between the two of them that are said at that moment.
I mean, they have a respect for each other, obviously, right, after their marriage, and I think last week's episode confirmed that everyone was there, just kind of knew that whatever they did to each other once upon a time led them to this moment now.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it's just like, okay, we're just either going to forget about it, or it's just like, I'm going to ride to hell with you. So that's kind of where you had a lot of these reset moments here for characters. And this is a lot of fun because of just the way that this is set up. I mean, I know we're going to go over it, but I mean, to now know that the last 3 episodes are going to be White Walker free, and the real threat is okay. I'm really excited.
That was so surprising. I thought the Night Walker thing was going to last the entire series. I thought maybe we'd have the Night King retreat alone or something. I don't know, but let's just continue. We'll get into the end. We'll get into theories in the end here. So we get to our first most dramatic moment when they start to retreat. Brienne and Jaime and all those on the front line start to retreat back into Winterfell, and the Unsullied, Grey Worm was like just screams, protect the retreat.
There you go.
Protect the retreat. Yeah, and he sees a couple things that are happening, and they do. They protect the retreat, and we see Arya save the Hound. At this point, it's the first time that the two of them sort of see each other on the battlefield, and Arya saves the Hound.
This was Arya's episode, man. Obviously, but
really
I mean, from the start, she was showing that like she's ready for this. Like the bitch has been like, no, man, this is what I do now, and I'm doing it real well. And out of everyone that was fighting, she seemed the most calm, cool, collected, controlled the entire time. You had obviously the front lines of all of our favorite fighters there, but they're screaming. They know that this is some bullshit, and they're fighting fucking for every swing. But again, inside, like I feel like Arya feels like, listen, this is home base, dude. I got this, and she's just counting bodies and killing it. Obviously. Figuratively and literally there.
So we see that there's sort of a dragon battle, kind of the beginnings of one, and Dany can't find Winterfell, so they start to say, what's his name? The Onion Knight. He can't, Davos. Yeah. He sees that he sees her, but she can't see Winterfell, and they try to light the trenches, and that unfortunately, they can't. So Melisandre shows up again and lights the trenches on fire. And that's a real dramatic moment. because she comes out and she had said that between her and there was one other person. I don't remember who she was talking to. But she says, I'm going to die here. This is my last night on Earth. I'm going to die. And we think here she's going to die. We see that she's lighting the trenches, and she's like looking around and she's like, oh my God, like there's all these whites, and there's like this is the moment that it happens. And she lights a
situation. Yeah.
And she's begging the Lord of Light to light the trenches, and he won't do it. Then boom, they're all on fire. And we see the whites just stop. They just stop fighting because they're afraid of fire, because they know it kills them, obviously.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
But then what happens next?
So then we get the battle with the dragons one-on-one.
Which, by the way, about a real quick comment about the dueling dragons there.
Mm-hmm.
With everything that's going on, like I understandably that's obviously a lot of the budget, because you have scenes where both actors are probably on just big old green turtle scale things and rocking back and forth and trying to do the acting and a lot of CGI and stuff like that. Do you think that it was in HBO's favor to do all that with a blizzard, because it would hide maybe some details? They could kind of get away with doesn't have to do a final finish. You can just put a blizzard over it and make it look.
Oh boy.
I think they stretched a dollar there is basically what I'm trying to say.
If HBO is trying to save money on this season, they failed that, because first of all, Kit Harington's making $1 million an episode and has been for several years, and they're not afraid to give people the money. So no, I think this was more of a dramatic effect. I don't think that this had anything to do with saving money. I think that they brought in the storm to signify the Night King was right there. Because that's what happens. They're sort of flying around blindly, and all of a sudden they see the Night King. And they're like, oh shit! Like, here we go. Like, okay, now we're gonna fight a little bit.
Dude, I'm just thinking of everything. I just seriously did not expect Night King to die tonight, and by such awesome ways of Arya. I think I'm even more excited for these last 3 episodes. Like,
yeah, dude. Like,
this.
I mean,
really...
we can jump. Do you want to jump ahead to the end? Do you want to do that? I mean, because we've got some more. There's so much more to talk about.
Yeah, no, we keep on going. There's still more. There's obviously a lot more deaths too. Like, yeah. But that's what I'm just thinking. Like, I'm excited for this. Like, how the hell is this? Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'll just move forward then. So Jon sees the Night King. They start to have the dragon battle, kind of, sort of. Like you get first step, and then the White Walkers sort of. The Night King sees what's happening, and he just directs the whites to sort of fall on the fire to sort of put it out. And they start to build a bridge, and cool. That's really fucking cool. So these whites sort of, they kill them, they sacrifice themselves, and they build a bridge, and all these hundreds of thousands of whites start to crawl over these few dead bodies, and they just climb up the wall. And there's fighting on the wall, and you see things. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit to get rid of some of the fluff, but you see Brienne saves Jaime in the middle of a battle. Jorah saves Sam. The Hound starts to hide because he sees all this fire. Fucking lady. Jumping ahead a minute. Arya literally is the most ass-kicking person at this point. You start to see her just fighting and using that thing that Gendry had made her and just wrecking shit. And Lady Mormont, man, oh man, she has the second best death in this episode.
Yeah.
It's a huge death. And you see the giant grab her, and first he throws her.
Yeah, he gives a nice good club.
Yeah, and then she sort of gets up, and she's the only one of House Mormont left, because Jorah doesn't count because he's given up his name. And you see the giant squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, and he finally pulls her up to his face. and he's about to eat her. And she takes the dragon glass knife and stabs the giant right in the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's legit, dude. Like, I can't even say this enough. Bro, she is the most badass, underrated character in all Game of Thrones.
She got a trophy for that one here, and that's gonna stick with her for a while, that's for sure.
And I had said this before. I hope she gets a ton more work. I hope she's not typecasted as like the bitch queen, whatever she becomes.
I feel like there's a few characters in Game of Thrones, and yeah, obviously it sucks that when you hear about like a character that plays it so well that they receive in real life hate, like whether it be Joffrey or the dude who played Ramsay Bolton. Yeah.
Yes. Although he was in the he played
he's a lot of stuff. I mean, he
was in the Motley Crue movie. He played.
He'll get out of it. Like I'm sure he'll get out of it eventually. But like there are other people who earn the esteem and that carries with them forever. Like whether it be Robb Stark or now Lady Mormont.
Right. So the next thing I want to talk about is the Last of Us scene with Arya in the library.
Yeah.
You know, the game The Last of Us was one of those games where you have to sneak around and kill zombies. And
aware of that game. It's a very good game, yeah.
Yeah, and that was that. I had a very much I felt very much like that moment in real life was in this game, or excuse me, in this episode when she's in the library, the zombrary.
Yeah, I like. Is that a real word? Can we use that? Zombrary?
A hashtag Zombrary. I'm going to use it right now. I'm going to create it. Yeah. And she sort of sneaks around a little bit and hides because she had just been whooping ass and she needed a break.
Dude, she got a few hard hits to the head, man. She's falling down one and hitting her head in the step, and then swinging around and hitting those walls ain't soft, man. You get your head hit like that, and you're got a bell rung real quick. But
yeah, she sure did.
This added because of that. You get to see a few moments of taking a hit, and then she's into this Zombrary scene, as you say, and it adds this high tension of just like shit. She's big challenge here. It is a viewer, you're biting you because you don't know who the hell's dying here, and you don't know if this is gonna be the moment that this is it or not. So
yeah.
Oh man, yeah. It was a lot. I mean, even when she got out in the door and she did the turnaround and just everything about it was just was gripping.
So on that we see Dondarrion. I forget his first name.
You're good, Beric Dondarrion.
Yeah. Beric Dondarrion.
It's okay. Everybody watching, you don't need to remember his name anymore. He's dead. So everyone was confused about the guy with the sword, eye patch, that guy with
he's basically a Jedi with an eye patch because he has the hashtag Lord of Lightsaber. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's the first one. And he serves his purpose. He's the reason. This was the moment the Lord of Light kept him alive, which was a little disappointing for me. But it is what it is, right? And he saves Arya, and the Hound once again picks up Arya and is like, "Let's go, little bitch. We gotta run." And they run into the hall there where Melisandre is. This is Melisandre Part 3.
Yep.
This was an Arya and Melisandre episode.
Big scene here too. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're talking, and basically Melisandre harkens back to the last episode of season 1, when I forget the guy's name, but he's the water dancer, whatever. He says to Arya, he goes, "What do we say to the god of death?" And Melisandre harkens that and says to Arya, "What do we say to the god of death?" And the answer obviously is not today.
Not today. So that's going to be, I think, the big quote from this episode is not today.
unlike the first episode, when
big quote. That's the big hashtag right now.
Yeah, when it's with the first episode was if you want a whore, buy her. If you want a queen, earn her, and then literally fuck him 5 minutes later. This one stuck. This one stuck.
This one stuck. I think this is. It was just gonna be a hashtag not today in right now.
Right. Yeah. So Arya runs off, and then we don't see her again for an hour.
Yeah, it was really an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. It was really like we're probably 45 minutes into the episode at this point. And so we get Dragon Fight Part 2. All right, which was again, these dragon fights I thought were going to be more epic. That's the only thing I can say about this episode.
The dragon fights are a little hard to follow because you don't know which dragon was who, and so I think they tried to do that when Viserion was busting out some blue flames, so you could tell like, okay, well that's obviously the blue dragon. So I think they were trying to color code it a bit, and it's hard for them to do because you need to do it in a blizzard as well. So there's a lot of mess going on with that,
right.
And you need to, for every shot you have panned away from the dragon, you need to have shots of reaction from the riders, and it's really hard to convey a fight of attitude in between or distress from one to the other. Who's winning? So yeah, I think they did a pretty cool job with the flames because at the end you got to see Drogon rip the part of the jaw off of Viserion, that dragon, and a big gash in the neck too. And what I thought was really cool effect is that when the dragon is going through again and putting through that blue flame, it's coming out of those parts.
Yeah,
such a cool scene.
Oh, listen. This show was one of those shows that you can't put into words all the cool scenes. You just can't.
Yeah, this is a rewatch. This is a rewatch one for sure.
100%. So I just want to move forward a little bit in this episode. So we jump to the crypts. Right when Jon, okay, I'm jumping forward a little bit. So Jon crashes off the dragon, sees the Night King, and starts to run towards him. And you think we're about to get a battle. And the Night King sort of turns around and he's like, he does the whole lift again that he did at Hardhome. And you get all of the whites that start to rise up, and we're like, uh-oh.
That was a great tension scene, too.
Here we go again.
That was Johnny going against the clock right there, just charging right at him before he could get the resurrection off, basically. That was so cool.
So before we get to the end, at that point, is the Night King afraid of Jon Snow?
That's a tough call because I would have to say yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it seems like of the options that he could have had when they're looking at each other eye to eye. I mean they have the chance to just end it right there. Right. I believe that. Well, let's go with that callback back to the Battle of the Bastards when he's just like, "Listen, if you're the leader, dude, let's do this. Let's do it right now, 1-on-1 for your people. Like, if you're the better swordsman, come on, let's go.
You versus me. You versus me.
We don't need this war.
And nobody fights Jon. Nobody fights Jon.
So I think that's probably it. That the Night King knows that that he probably can't do that 1v1 there. He's and the other part too, I think, is I was yelling out too, just like, dude, yeah, why not take it easy? Like, if you could resurrect the army right now and take them out, like, you got that boot in your pocket. Yeah, sure. Like, I'm trying to fight fair. I'm trying to win.
So the Night King resurrects those people around Jon, but it doesn't just resurrect those people. It resurrects all the fighters that are dead inside of Winterfell and those in the crypts. I jumped ahead a little bit when I spoke earlier, but it wakes legitimately everybody up.
Now,
everybody
just to confirm,
that it was dead.
We're convinced that the resurrected were once friends, now resurrected. The ones who died, fallen soldiers, fallen allies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we're gonna jump. I'm gonna try to jump ahead a little bit, but just try to highlight a few things here. So Danny saves John again at that moment when she kills all the whites around him. Jorah saves Danny because Danny falls off the dragon because the dragon, or not falls off the dragon. The dragon lands, and you get all these whites that just take over Dragon, right?
Dude. Yeah.
You get Grey Worm, Brienne, and then Theon saves Bran at this time because Bran has warged into all the ravens earlier in the episode, and Theon just sort of kills legitimately everybody.
Bro,
that is
Theon MVP for sure.
He is,
or runner-up at least for that matter.
And Bran says as much at the end. He says, "Theon, you're a great man."
Yeah, killed it. You earned it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what I think. He just gave Theon his wings there, and was just like, yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
So the last thing I want to talk about before we go into the very end, because I don't want to take this too long, is we see Sansa and Tyrion in the crypts, sort of go bounding forward, bounding from monument to monument to monument, and you see the two of them, and then they get to what's his name? Oh God, it's escaping me now. I apologize about this to the movie guys first.
You're still registering a lot. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. They're in the crypts, and the bald guy. Oh, what's the hell? Varys. So they get to him, and he's not really protecting the children, but he's sort of saving them to a certain degree. He kind of plays for the children to hide.
Yeah, Varys, protected his little birds.
Right, yeah. He's trying to do himself. He's like doing himself a favor. Yeah, he is.
Varys the mother goose, I guess, huh?
Yeah, right. That's a great point. So he they get to where they're at, and then we think that the battle is about to sort of take its final climax, right? And then the moment happens. All right, it's the exact spot.
Just real quick, because while this is happening, while this is building up and everything, Bran's still logged into the internet. There, he's still AOLing in the chat rooms and shit like that. What the fuck is he doing? Like, what do you think? Do you think he's just flying around with some Raven shit?
Well, we know he's in the Ravens, but we don't know what he's doing.
All right, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
I know that he
there's something that's going to come of what happened.
He's just chilling. He's just like, yeah, I was just watching TV, and then you guys are doing this. Like, so, that's basically, I think, what happened.
We find out that in After Thrones, we find out that the exact place that the children created the Night King was in at the weirwood tree of Winterfell, what is now Winterfell. So he gets killed by Arya, of all fucking people. You see him, he kills Theon. The Night King sort of walks up and senses Arya at the last second, turns around and chokes her.
Dude, the sneak move from Arya surprised, I think, everybody, right? Suddenly.
Oh yeah, she jumps. She has some sort of forced trampoline, and she just jumps. And we see her do the move that she did. How many years ago? What season was that? Like, she was taught that?
Big callback. Like, alluding to that.
Oh, bro.
Dropping the dagger. That's how she beat Brienne, right?
This was Arya's callback. They told us this 3 years ago. They started 3 years ago with Arya. And they gave everything that she did that killed the Night King, from it being dark when she was blinded, to her dropping the knife with Brienne, to the fact that Bran gave her the knife at the end of the last season and said, "Here, you're gonna need this." It was all it was. He just said, "You're gonna need this," Because was it Bran that went into the future and saw what was going to happen?
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, confirm that dagger was the dagger used by the assassin to kill Bran after he fell out of was pushed out,
right?
Something like that. And it was also Littlefinger's.
It was Littlefinger's dagger that was made of Valyrian steel. Yes.
Littlefinger gave it to the assassin and then pinned it on Tyrion, right? He said, "This is," correct. Yeah, he gave him the blade. Mm. Holy shit! So that was good to have that call back again, and then have Bran, give it to Arya, and
he gave it to her not 2 seasons ago, but 2 years ago at the end of the last season.
You think Bran saw all that shit?
Oh, he saw it. He definitely saw it, and that's why Bran is, in my opinion, like he's the catalyst for this whole show.
Well, we'll see. This is where I'm getting I'm excited for it, because I don't know where it's going to go. Like you have a lot of more explaining to do with this Cersei saga now. That's going to happen too, and picking up the pieces there. Bron's still in play here because he was hired to kill Jaime and Tyrion here. You still have a 3-way fight for the throne right now, or at least for territory and power leadership. Sansa, Jon, and Dany. So that shit's gonna happen. But you're looking at a severe drop in numbers now too. Like this is, I don't know. I really don't know what the hell's gonna happen next. Is this really the end of the winter and shit like that? I mean, do we still? Is it really just that easy? Are we gonna get any more answers about that? Does Bran is he gonna drop some fucking bombs here? Like, this is another thing too, where like I feel he's just still holding out. That he's just like, yeah, we need to get over this little hiccup called the White Walkers here, so we can get to this real shit, boy. Like, and that's why I'm on board right now, because I just don't know what the fuck to predict. Cersei is, holy shit. Like, she's back in it. Like, if you bet on red there, then you're looking real good right now. You're looking real good right now.
Yeah, I don't know how or what way to predict this the rest of the season. So we've got 3 more. We've Dumbo's going to show up. So we've got 3 more episodes, and of course we're going to come live close to the end of each episode. I don't know how to predict this. I'm not ready to. I mean, I have my thoughts, but they're not intelligent enough because there's nothing to go on. Man.
Do you like this is 2 weeks? People had been building up theories and stirring up little this and that, and I feel that this what just happened kind of shit on most of the theories that I've been hearing.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I mean, I had in my bracket, I had Arya dying tonight.
Did you had Arya dying?
I had Arya dying tonight and Sansa living somehow, some way. So obviously, Winterfell's much more powerful than what we thought. Sansa and Arya, the 2 of them, they're going to combine and create some. Between the 2 of them, if you combine them, they're the perfect warrior. They're the perfect leader. They're the perfect ruler, because Sansa has all the experience of all the, excuse my French, the cuntiness of Cersei, and Arya has all the warrior of everything she's ever trained for, plus Jon, plus what her dad has taught her, right? So you've got all these things. I'm just going to come out right out and say this now. I'm barring some crazy treasonous thing at the end. I think Dany's going to sit on the Iron Throne, but there's going to be something that happens that really sort of rocks the end of the series, and I think it's going to have to do with Arya and Sansa.
I really don't know. Like, it's kind of like where I have to just kind of start from scratch on predictions right now.
Right.
That's goddamn this show. That was good. That was just good.
Yeah.
Oh, so, you got me. Oh man, you got me. That was good.
We've been waiting for this episode for 10 years because they opened the series with the White Walkers, and then this is the third episode. We've got a couple of weeks left. Eric, I'm so excited to talk to you about what's remaining, and don't forget.
I just have no fucking clue what's gonna
That's
happen.
The beauty of the show, man. That's the beauty of the show. Don't forget, if you're watching this live, every Sunday following the Game of Thrones, it takes us a little bit to digest. It takes us a little bit to sort of take notes and discuss what we're going to talk about. But within half an hour
in chat saying Three-Eyed Raven on the throne. By the way, sorry to cut you off.
Oh no! Listen, go ahead. My phone died, so I'm going to go ahead and just we'll talk about that. So look, everybody that listens to us, everybody that comments, everybody that follows us, listen, we appreciate it. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Every Sunday following Game of Thrones, we're going to be doing an episode live right here on YouTube, almost immediately following Game of Thrones, every single Sunday. We appreciate all the following. Don't forget, we're at movieguyspodcast.com, movieguys.podbean.com, at movieguyspod on Twitter and Instagram, and Movie Guys Podcast on Facebook. All of our stuff's going to be up immediately following live on YouTube. And every Wednesday, don't forget, we do a live episode around 9 p.m.-ish. So don't forget to give us a subscribe. Eric, I really appreciate you doing this show with me. And lastly, all the fans, we've had some great feedback, and we appreciate it. So Vala Magulas to everybody that watches, and we'll see you next Sunday for another episode of Movie Guys Podcast presents Game of Thrones.